You, my friend, are about to experience a life-changing shift. Everything that's meant for you is about to find you. Despite how you may feel, or what you're thinking, or what you're believing about where you're at, or what's needed, or what seems to be missing or lacking, the fact that you think that you're not ready yet. You see, that's a little lie, because you are ready. You've read enough. You've watched enough. You've learned enough. You've planned enough. You've meditated enough. You've consumed enough. Your future self wants you to start creating. You see, here's the little detail, is that you're never actually going to be ready, not in the way that you think you need to be, not in the way that you need to change yourself and improve yourself and develop certain skills and have all these different experiences before you can start. You are ready in the sense that you're ready to just choose to start and to be ready. Because here's the thing. Whatever it is that you're meant to create, whether it's art, whether it's a business, whether it's working with people, coaching and healing, whether it's anything else that's possible in our new world of connectivity and possibility as a creator, that is going to emerge from a deep place within you. And the mind is not really needed for this, not in the way that we think, not in the way that we've been taught. That's going to emerge from a much deeper place. You could call it your heart. You could call it your soul. It's the truth of who you are. And this is the great myth, is that we think we need to know exactly what that is before we start. We think we need to have a grand plan. We think that we need to know exactly where we're going, a precise goal. And anything less than that is going to be doomed to fail. But this is that sort of fear, that looming dread, that without that clarity, we just procrastinate, we just wait, we just hesitate, we just doubt ourselves, we just distract ourselves with learning more, reading more, watching more, consuming more endlessly, all the while feeling unfulfilled, unactivated, unalive. And that is a great shame, because it's overlooking the truth as to what this really is all about. And even if you think you know exactly what it is that you want to create, but you're still not there, or you're getting there maybe, I speak from experience when I say that you probably don't know exactly what it is. And that's good. Because whether you have no clue or you have a good idea, you're kind of in the same position at the beginning of this creative journey, which is actually the transformational journey. Because that's just it. What you're meant to create, all that you will create, all that you're going to experience, everything that you're going to manifest, all that you're going to become, is really about the transformation. Yes, of course, we want money, we want a partner, we want this recognition, we want maybe fame, maybe we want to create a specific outcome or achieve a certain goal. But underneath that is actually what you truly want from, again, that soul level, that heart level, from the truest place within you, which is that stepping into the unknown, allowing yourself to open up, allowing yourself to take a risk, being courageous, being bold, facing your fear, overcoming your limiting beliefs, changing your idea and your image of yourself to become someone entirely new. That's actually what you want. And that's actually what the creation is going to reflect. You see, what comes out the other end is actually a mirror to who you have become. And so we think that we want this end goal, this end destination, this end object. But you cannot have that until you become that. And that's the beauty of this, is that all that it really takes is the courage to choose now to start. And that's my invitation to you, is to start before you think that you're ready. Because you may or may not feel the call, hear the call in a crystal clear clarity. But I guarantee that you sense something within you, because it is the great impulse from that deepest part of you. It is like a beacon which is guiding you. It is luring you and leading you out of your comfort zone, the shadows, the familiarity of this self. And that's actually the greatest hurdle to this creative transformational experience, is that old self. Because that old self and its ways and its thoughts and its beliefs create this kind of a mood or a frequency. It's sort of like an energy. And that energy can only survive if you keep your attention on it, if you keep identifying with it. And the more you identify with it, the more it keeps you into that reality where the idea of change, the idea of growth, the idea of everything that you want seems foolish. It seems ridiculous. It seems outrageous. It seems so far-fetched that you tell yourself through this deep inner whisper, this insidious deception, this little creeping self-doubt, that you're not ready for it. You're not worthy of it. That you have to do something to earn it. That you have to have it all figured out before you get going. That you need to be this perfect, flawless being. Otherwise, you're going to be a failure. But that's a total lie. It's a total myth. And it's that frequency, that old self, that is convincing you to just stay small, just stay safe. And you see, it's overcoming that old self, which is the breaking of the momentum. It is the slowing of the inertia. It is the overcoming of that limiting belief, which is that first step. It is the initial obstacle, which is actually the hardest part. And that's why just getting started, even before you're ready, is the greatest, boldest, most courageous thing that you can do, because it sets you on an entirely new course. And what happens is that the more you trust in that impulse, the more you step forward into that path, even if you don't see the steps in front of you, because they appear underneath your steps as you move, then what happens is that the way becomes revealed and the details become clear and the goal becomes obvious, because you are shifting your self-concept. You are letting go of limiting beliefs. You are facing your fears and all of these energies within you that have been avoided and suppressed, that have been rejected and abandoned, that have been stuffed into the corners. They start to emerge. And this is what you've been avoiding all along. But there's a gift in that shadow, because in that emotion, in that energy, in those ideas that you've been afraid to face are the nuggets of wisdom, are the gems of inspiration. They are the deepest parts of you re-emerging and reintegrating into the wholeness of your being. And that becomes a fuel for your creativity. And it becomes a clarity for your orientation, for the direction that you're going in. And you see, this is why getting going, choosing to create, choosing to express, is really all that's needed, along with the courage and the devotion and the commitment to continue and to be willing, earnest and honest with yourself to face what's coming up in the meantime, because all of that is gold that wants to be transmuted, alchemized into more of what wants to be birthed through you. And then you forge a greater connection with your intuition, with your inspiration, with the intelligence of your innermost self, which can only really be tethered more greatly, more deeply connected to, the further out you go into the unknown. And that's why the main point with all of this, whether you have no idea who you're meant to be and what you're meant to do, or you have somewhat of an idea and you're already going, really the key is to admit that you don't really know anything, that life is completely uncertain, and that really the only thing that you can focus on is right here, right now. What's available to you, what's possible here and now. And this beautiful, important reminder that the only certainty in life is actually death. And this reminds me of one of my favorite quotes, which is that remembering that you are going to die is the best way to not forget that you have nothing to lose. What is the risk to put your life on the line, to follow your heart, to live your passion, to express your truth, when you know at the end of the day, all will be left to this world. You will not take any of this with you, but the realizations, the experiences that you've had, the wisdom, the love that you've gained from this world. Not the money, not the partner, not any objects or things that you amass along the way. All of those are symbols of what you have become. That's just it. When you remember the preciousness of the time that you have from this finite view of who you are, that you want to make the most of this time, that you want to live to the fullest, that you want to put yourself out there, that you want to take risks, that you want to create, that you want to forge your soul in the expression of what you're here to offer, what you're here to contribute. And this is the beautiful paradox, because the infinite self that you are, which is limitless, timeless, eternal, immortal, changeless, it knows this. The soul that you are came to create, to play, to express, to become. It doesn't know fear. It only knows the love of being. But the finite you, with its programming and conditioning and its fears and its limiting beliefs, this is the bleeding edge of creation. You are at the leading edge of the expansion of the universe from your perspective. And within the context of humanity, you are a unique aspect of the whole, which is the human race. And without you, the unique puzzle piece that you are, and the gifts and the talents and the abilities that you have, and the ideas and the opinions and the perspective that you've gained, all of which incorporates all the highs and the lows. And if you're willing to feel it all, embrace it all, love it all, accept it all, and share it all transparently, vulnerably, honestly, courageously, boldly, that is this beautiful, imperfect, yet perfect masterpiece in the making that you are. And that, from a soul level, is the deepest fulfillment that you will ever experience. And it is only the human mind that thinks it needs to have it all figured out, needs to have all the contingencies considered, that you need to know exactly where it's going to end up. That's all the fear gripping you and holding you and governing you. But you don't need to know. You just need to start. And so I have a couple of recommendations. One is perhaps to just meditate on this, to contemplate this, to come into a state where you know the significance of this. It's not just merely creating simply for the fun. Of course it's fun, but it is a sort of serious kind of life purpose, to use your time wisely, to know the deepest, truest, innermost self that you are, in its magnificence, in its brilliance, in its absolute majesty, and to know that there's something unique that wants to come through you. And even if you don't know what that is, you will find it along the way. And that by contemplating the preciousness of the time that you have from this finite self's point of view, that you get to bridge and merge these perspectives of the infinite and the finite into this beautiful paradox of the now moment, where you get to choose who you're going to be, what you're going to do, and what you're going to experience as the creator of your reality. And in doing so, come into that clear moment of readiness to take that step. And of course, meditation and contemplation can get a bit heady. So one of the things that I love to do is to go for a walk, ideally quiet, without too many people around, without too much noise and distractions of traffic and all the busyness of the city or the little town that you may live in. And this may or may not be possible for you, but I'm sure that there's somewhere you can go. And set an intention for radical clarity, for deep, profound inspiration. And don't wait for it, don't hope for it, don't expect it. Just set the intention powerfully. Know that it is done, and then just release, and then just be present. Immerse yourself in nature. Immerse yourself in the movements of your body. Come into the present moment where you exist, and feel the welling up of that love and that gratitude for the mere fact of your existence. And just allow yourself to permeate in that for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just lose yourself in the moment and allow for your intention to be realized, to be actualized. Allow it to come to you. And if you do these things with the dedication and the commitment and the declaration for today to be the day that you start, to get going, not knowing, but feeling deeply, choosing with conviction that this is going to be the first day of the rest of your life, of a whole new life trajectory, where you're going to find out, you're going to discover, you're going to uncover, you're going to realize, you're going to actualize. But you don't need to have it figured out. That will come. And the final recommendation is to consider joining my 12-week mastermind with 12 other creators, of which half the spots are already taken, and the early bird ends this weekend. So there are about 6 spots left. And if you want to have more information about this, comment creator down below and I'll send you a link where you can learn more. This is going to be a 12-week journey of creativity, of clarity, of uncovering your calling, of stepping in with conviction to that path, to unlock the path of least resistance, of alignment with your true self, so that you can manifest your desired reality, to live your life purpose, to create your life's work, and to be fulfilled as the creator of your reality here and now, by choosing to create, to let go of the consumption, but to be the creator. So if this resonates with you and you're interested in learning more and working directly with me and being surrounded by an inspired group of creators, then comment creator down below and I'll send you more information about this.